Fish jumping out there. I think got a real nice action. I use this little short reel, this little short rod, just because it's quite portable. There's fish jumping next to the boat here. Sometimes you can take one of them hanging off the boat and wiggle it around and the fish will hit it. I've had that happen before. Back when I was a young feller, Mom and Dad had a boat dock, and we would, well, I say young, I wasn't terrible young, but a lot younger than I am now. But sometimes my mom would just kind of throw a doll fly on and do it in the water like this, you know, just flop it around. She'd catch crappie that way. You can catch fish all kinds of ways. Of course, there's people that do it for a living. I used to drive a truck with a guy that, well, I didn't drive a truck with him. He drove out of Mississippi. I drove out of Georgia. We used to meet up over in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. But he was shooting to be a professional fisherman. He said all he had to do was catch a record, and he could, rest of his life, live off of advertising fishing products and stuff like that. I don't know if you ever caught one or not. That's the first time I ever ran across somebody who was like a professional fisherman. And I don't mean like, you know, up in Maine we have professional fishermen, but I mean they go out in the ocean, they catch, you know, ocean fish and stuff, sell them for food. These professional fishermen that like him, they probably catching, looking for the world record bass or something like that. I know a guy here. We got a guy that lives around the corner here. He moved here because he wanted to catch the world record bass, and he felt like the best place to catch it was right around the corner over there. I mean, he did research. He looked at the map and he figured out where he thought the best place was to where he'd be liable to catch that world record fish. And he's the one that bought, he's Jim, he's the one that bought Bill's house over around the corner there. And he bought it because it's right at the right place where he felt like the conditions were best to catch the world record. By the way, Bill's back. He's got a Jeep now, and he came over this morning. He's having a problem where the heater is on Jeeps, and probably on a lot of vehicles. The heater fan has a thing that controls, that regulates the speed, and sometimes those things go bad. His has gone bad, so it only runs the heater on high speed. My CJ7, my snowplow Jeep, did that. And some of y'all, I think it was Tow Wrecker, helped me. Back then, you couldn't find parts as easy as you can now. I don't think we had as much internet back then, but Tow Wrecker told me I could get the part I needed to fix that with from O'Reilly's, and he was right. He sent me the part number and everything, and I found me an O'Reilly's store and bought that switch, put it in there, and that took care of it. But Bill came over and we looked up his online, and of course nowadays you can literally find everything on Amazon. There was a YouTube video of somebody changing that very switch on that very year Jeep that he's got, and they put the parts number on there and showed how to do it, and we got on Amazon, ordered one up, so that'll be here Friday, and I'll be putting that on Bill's Jeep. But it's good to have Bill back in the neighborhood. He's been down in Florida. His brother he has someone in his family that has some medical issues, and they need somebody looking after him. And of course, you know, Bill's wife died a few years ago, so he went down and stayed with his brother and helped take care of him. And right now he's got somebody looking after him, so he can get a little break, come up here and be with his friends here in Georgia again. He was out playing golf with them this morning. But it's real good to have Bill back. We love that guy. He's an awesome guy. We just let him come live with us here if he wanted to. We like him that well. There's a lot of people like that we like that well. He's one of them. It's a little hotter down here than I thought it was. Well, I guess maybe the sun's come out since I came down here, so I might set this aside and mosey back up the house and spend some time being inside. Not that I don't enjoy being down here and fishing, but I'm not enjoy sitting out in the hot sun that much. I've had you down in the. See, I've had you down too low. I done had you in the grass. You got some bottom grass tangled up in you there. So you got to keep these moving pretty quick. I do like to let them sink a little bit, but you can let them sink too much and wind up getting them tangled up in whatever's on the bottom of the lake. That's how you lose your lures, is you do something like that. I'll have to be more energetic in how I reel them in, not let them sink so much. Alright, I'm going to set this aside and go back to the house. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I sort of felt like I wasn't doing anything today, and I did want to get out a little bit.